So the gun's clear, no magazine in the firearm. And what we came to the range today to look at is the Beretta 92X RDO, and this is in the compact version of it. Now, so they cut it on the top here so you could add an optic to it, but the plate for this thing is so big it's going to raise your optic up so high. But we'll go back and order a plate and put an optic on it. The gun actually has really nice sights on it. They're really easy to pick up, really easy to see. It's got a red dot on the front here, black dot on the rear on this gun. And now this is the Type G gun, so that when you cock it and your hammer's back, this is your decocker. There's no safety on the gun. You pull the decocker down, it decocks the gun, and this comes back up into position instead of staying down on safe for you, so that you can holster the gun up. When you pull it out of the holster, it's ready to go in double action. After the first shot, you're in single action in it. Now, one of the things they did is they made this gun a little bit thinner through here for folks that have a little bit smaller hands, and they made your magazine release a little bit bigger, which I really like in the gun. It's really easy to come down and hit that magazine release with the size of it there. I also like that the decocker is up really high, so when you get your grip on the gun, this decocker is not in the way of your grip at all. There's nothing there for you to hit with your thumbs while you're gripping the pistol to actually fire it. And the trigger, they've upgraded the trigger in this gun, so when you pull the trigger back, it's nice and smooth all the way through for it to fire. But in single action, there's a little bit of take up, and when you squeeze the trigger, it breaks really quick. There's just a tiny bit of creep in this gun, but look at the reset in the trigger here as we pull forward with it. There's your reset right there. You fire, and then here's your reset. So they've come a long way with the trigger in this Beretta, with both the reset and the trigger pull in this X model they made. Now this is supposed to be the compact, and it's 27 ounces, which is just over 1.5 pounds. For me, that's a little bit much, and that's unloaded weight on the gun. A little bit much for a concealed carry gun, but it make a great home defense gun, good competition gun, and a great range gun. Now everybody loves Berettas, and one of the main reason is, so the way the Beretta designed the top of this thing here with no ejection port is supposed to reduce malfunctions in the gun. And I'll have to say, I got a couple of Berettas, and I don't think I've ever had a malfunction where the brass has been caught here in front of the chamber in the firearm. Now, if you've got really big hands, it came with an extra grip that comes all the way around the back here, so that you've got that larger grip that Beretta usually has on their guns. But for me, I'm going to run these really thin grips on it. They've done some checkering on the back here and again on the front right here, so that you can grip the gun and hang on to it. They also added a pick rail across the front, so if you want to run a light and a laser on your gun, you have the option to do that. So let's put some rounds through this thing and see how it fires. And you'll notice the magazine does have a pinky rest on the bottom, so when you grip it with the magazine in, you get a full grip on the firearm, and I do like that. So let's chamber around and let's take some shots with it. Our first shots with the gun here. So the sights are easy to pick up, easy to see. Let's do some double action shooting with it and see how it does. Yeah. And we are clear, slide, and trigger. So the gun is cleared, and my first impressions of the gun, I really like the gun. If I was still shooting competition, I would definitely want to shoot competition with this thing. As far as a home protection gun, I would absolutely trust this and use this as a home protection gun. I would definitely put a light on the front of it though to do that. But I think Beretta did a great job with their improvements. I really like the trigger. I really like that the decocker is only a decocker and not a safety, so that I can put a round in the chamber, I can decock it and holster it up and carry it in this condition, and then your first shot is double action with the gun. Trigger's great. I do like the grips. I do like how the grips are extremely grippy when you're grabbing them here. There, it feels like kind of sandpaper when you're grabbing it, but I don't think it's too much for you to handle and hold on to. I like that they set it up so you could add an optic to the top of it, but I'm not crazy about how optics look on them and how high the optics sit up on the gun though. And they did put serrations on the front so you can press check it from the front. But this barrel gets extremely hot after you've been shooting a couple hundred rounds through it like we've been doing. So I don't really want to grab it up here and press check it from the front and risk getting burned by that barrel. I think I'll do it from the back here if I need to do that. So the Beretta 92X RDO, great job building the gun. I really like the gun and enjoyed shooting it for the day. Be a responsible adult. Don't push your responsibility as an adult off on a child. Buy a gun lock and a gun safe. Secure your firearm. Till next time, folks, take care.